The Civic Si is why you don't need to buy a Type R. I'll include a link to the Stockton 12 Honda's website in the description down below. Also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood is a 1.5 liter 4-cylinder turbo that goes through a 6-speed manual. Fuel economy is 27 around town, 37 on the highway, with power outputs being 200 horsepower and then 192 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. This gray is really cool. It's got some gold flake in the paint, and so you've got this kind of goldish hue every so often. Of course, very sharp looking lights, and then we've got the SI badge offset. There's also a little bit of painted black trim at the bottom, but overall, front end's pretty cool looking. Tire wheel setup is 235 by 40 by 18. The wheels are completely blacked out. The mirror cap's also blacked out, and hopefully on the pillar you can see that kind of gold hue I'm talking about. There's also itty bitty side skirts there at the bottom, but there's a side profile. Key fob features on the SI. We have our lock and unlock function, and you can see the opening for the trunk as well. It's a massive button, funny enough. You got those tabs to throw down the seats. Now, not as much space as the Type R because the Civic Si only comes in a sedan, whereas the Type R only comes in a hatchback. Got the nice blacked out spoiler here, and then you've got your little SI badge. I do like the little dual outlet exhaust tips on either side, and it's not a crazy sound against a 4-cylinder, but I mean, it sounds okay. That will cap things off for the exterior. Let's now check out the interior. Cloth trim on the armrest, and the door panel itself a little bit more Spartan. Now with the cloth seats, there's a little bit of red stitching, but again, these are going to be a little bit more basic. Now these bucket type seats do rob a little bit of space because they kind of poke out a bit more, but I do kind of fit back here. I'm kind of straddling the seat on the other side though. And then headroom in the rear, again, not massive, but I do technically fit. Keyless entry for up front, and let's pop in. More of that cool black trim. You also have some red trim, and then you've got red stitching on the armrest. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and then the front 2 windows are automatic. Got the nice bucket type seats with the SI logo red down the center. They are manually adjustable. Speaking of manual, yep, we got the 3-pedal layout. And let's hear her roar. It's pretty quiet. Nice trim all around the steering wheel. There's some red stitching in the center portion of the wheel. Got adaptive cruise control with your lane centering on the right side. On the left side, you've got your volume and voice command controls. Digital gauge cluster in the center. You can change what either side displays information-wise, so it's kind of customizable on that front. And then there's also some drive modes, basically just normal, sport, and individual. And if you pop it in sport, it does the auto rev match. Honda's still using a potato cam in the Civics. Now this has Honda's newer infotainment system. It's got little shortcut buttons there on the side, also volume control. The screen itself responds relatively quickly. It also has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so it's really the main feature most you're going to use. Got red trim on the kind of mega vent looking thing, whatever you want to call it. Single zone climate, but it does have heated seats, and then below that we do have some USB ports and a 12-volt shifter for the manual. The reverse lockout's actually not a push or pull or anything, you just push it back. When I say push or pull, I'm not talking like push down or pull up. Hopefully you know what that means. Drive mode, select an auto stop start next to it, and yeah, this does have auto stop start with a manual, which is kind of interesting. Parking brake with your brake hold. Got some more cup holders, center console. The shape of it is kind of interesting overall. This is also equipped with a sunroof. 2026 Civic, total MSRP $32,600. Let's see how this performs. Civic Si. I was gonna say, you better auto release the brake. I hate it when cars don't do that. There are certain cars that literally, you always have to press the button for it to release the brake. Now, funny enough, I'm actually going to have an Si tomorrow. It's coming in as a demo car. So, yeah, driving an Si just to then go and drive an Si for the next week. Yeah, that is the life of a car reviewer. No complaints. No complaints whatsoever. These bucket type seats are actually pretty darn comfortable. Honda does a great job with sporty seats. Other manufacturers should take note. The seats in the Si, and especially the seats in the Type R, both very comfortable for being sportier designs. Now, when it comes to power, the Si has a nice balance because it's got enough power to where it feels a little bit more exciting, but it's also still slow enough that, oh, and it has the auto rev match too. That's cool. Anyways, it's still slow enough that you're not gonna get in trouble. Like it would be hard to get in trouble with one of these SIs. And the manual transmission's really good. It's notchy into the gates. It's a smooth setup. I think Honda, we'll see. I'm guessing Honda still has issues with the whole rev hang thing when you are going into it a little bit more. But we'll see if that's changed at all for 2026. Man, the low end on this. Yeah. It's still got a little, it still kind of does it. It's not horrible. You get used to it, but this thing's fun. Again, like you can really get into it and like kind of rip with this thing, and it's kind of like a Miata where you're just not going all that fast because again, it's only got 200 horsepower. And the manual transmission, right? You know, manuals are not nearly as quick to shift as modern automatics, and so this is just, you know, you're not going to be able to shift as fast too, and so it slows everything down, but it's got quite a bit of engagement. It sounds pretty cool too. Still a 4-cylinder, so it's not crazy with the sound. What is this Lexus doing? Yeah, smooth drive. Very, very smooth. I really do like how this performs. It's quite fun if you ask me. And the suspension's comfortable. The thing about Civics that's nice is, the modern Civic at least, is they have spent a lot of time in making this more luxurious. And you can tell it is a lot more comfortable than the previous generation Civic, and it's an economy car, but it's kind of like a luxury, or I guess you could call it a premium car in a way, with how it goes over bumps and everything. It's really comfortable. It's pretty well insulated too. So great daily driver. But yeah, the SI is kind of an interesting place because, you know, everyone's gonna want the Type R because that's the really cool one. But this offers, I would say, probably about 80% of what the Type R offers at a significantly lower price point. That extra 20% is, well, it's got like another 100 horsepower, and it's got much better suspension, and the transmission tuning, everything's just better in the Type R. Again, that's the extra 20%. But it's also way more expensive. Man, this SI is fun to drive. Again, this is the type of car that's like, you want to have fun, but responsibly. And you can do that in a Civic Si.